Hey, how's it going, everybody? I am Mr. Man, and you all helped me reach 30 subscribers. And I know that's not the 50 milestone that I've been talking about this whole time, but it still feels like a lot to me, so I wanted to do something special for you guys and make you a cake. Now, if you've never heard of me before, fuck you. And yes, also, I don't have the microphone for this type of setup, but so it is what it is, so you just have to deal with it. But a really good cake structure starts out with flour. Now, you always want to taste test your flour to be sure it's completely fresh. If it's not, your cake is going to collapse. So usually you just kind of get like a spoonful. If you're not able to swallow it, you know it's good flour. Oh dear Lord. You don't want to waste your ingredients. You know, all this that I spread out into the bowl, we can still use that. You don't want to waste your ingredients because no good chef puts any sort of food to waste. We can clean all this mess up later, you know. Some people say clean as you go, but I say clean when you're done because you gotta keep having fun while you're baking, right? And who wants to clean when you're baking? So, you know, we're not making a massive cake, so maybe just that much flour. Now, secondly, you don't want too much sweet in your cake, so you want to start out with some salt. I use Himalayan salt because I'm a fancy fucker, and I'm pretty sure it's fake Himalayan salt, but pink makes me feel special. So we're gonna put, you know, however much we feel like. All right, just by gauging that, you know, you can put some sugar in there as well. You know, about as much as I put in there, you use about a fistful. A very tight fisted full, you know. A loose fist will not get you where you need. So the tighter the fist, the better the cake. If you want your cake to be unique, like mine, find a nacho cheddar seasoning. I mean, cheese goes good in anything. You even make cheesecake, so nacho cheese seasoning is the way to go. A healthy dose of that. And that's how you really start off your cake. Now, if you really want to add some color to your cake, like me, soy sauce is a very rich brown color, and it doesn't add too much to the saltiness of the cake. If you just kind of do, you know, like that much. It's really, really perfect. A lot of people like a softer cake, but I prefer a maze of textures, a very complicated dish. So I like to put about an open palmful of sesame seeds. You know, really get a crunch going. To further add to the textures and to really liven up the cake, you need 1 egg. Now, I don't mean you need to crack it open. The egg does need to be green. You just kind of need to. There. Shell and all, because the studies have concluded that it has the most nutrients and it builds strong bones, much like milk. I believe 1/4 of a shell has about 15,000 grams of protein in it, so it might be hard to choke down, but it'll definitely be worth it in the long run for strong bones. I got egg fucking everywhere. Okay, now that we've got that all taken care of and everything else covered in yolk, let's set aside all the ingredients we've used thus far. Now you want your cake to rise very, very well, so you're gonna want to add just a pinch of baking soda. For a complexity of flavors, or a real array of different types of styles, you want to add a healthy dash of onion powder, because the flavors that exude from it when it bakes is really just, it's unlike anything else. And now the oil, because you know you need oil, you got to be real lubed up if you're going to put it in your pan, or else you're going to be digging out cake crumbs, and you don't want to do that. Our final ingredient is a healthy dose of squirt. Everybody needs to squirt once in their life, and this really helps the cake come to life. It builds a different type of structure than any other cake I've ever seen. So 1-2 squirts in a lifetime really does it does a soul good. Okay, now this step is optional but highly recommended, right? So dish soap. Now I know what you're thinking. Dish soap will fucking kill you. Maybe, but not in a cake. Especially not in low amounts. What is Dawn's tagline? A drop of Dawn and grease is gone. Now if you think, what is unhealthy in a cake? Grease. If you want a healthier type of cake, a drop of Dawn and grease is gone. All of the flavor without all of the health deficits. No need to mix, because of the squirt that we put in, when it boils and when it fizzes, it'll stir everything into the pan itself. We don't even need to touch it. Now, let's put it into the oven at 450 degrees for 6 hours, and we'll see how it comes out. All right, so we just set the oven to 450 degrees, and in 6 hours the cake will be done, but in about 3 it'll start its metamorphosis, and by hour 5 and 6 it should be really beginning to turn into something completely different that you could even think of. So, All in all, right into there, slap it in. Ugh, 6 hours, forget. Alright, cake should be about done. Turn off that timer there and this bad boy out. Oh yes. Holy shit. It came out perfectly. See, when I told you metamorphosis, I bet you thought I was overemphasizing what happens. No, this is what happens when you make the cake with heart. Alright, now all that's left to do is to frost it and make it look as pretty as possible. Ah, I gotta cut this shit open. This is supposed to be purple, but it's apparently blue. And by the way, if I see a single comment telling me I used a store-bought cake, I'll fucking kill you. Oh, and this part is also optional, but I highly also recommend this because it really spices up your cake. Who can go wrong with chocolate sprinkles? And I recommend a liberal amount of chocolate sprinkles. You cannot go wrong with chocolate sprinkles. I mean, even just, yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so you can't really see it because of the sprinkles, but it used to say thanks in the blue writing, but it's the thought that counts, really. So, I mean, all that's left is the taste tests. I like to use my multi-purpose chef knife for all uses, including cake cutting, because it is the most convenient. What piece do you like? Edge piece? Good. I don't like edge pieces that much. And when you're cutting cake, you need to really commit to cutting it, like, really get it dislodged. How rude of me. I almost forgot to give you a plate. Perfect. Oh, silly me. You can't serve with that. You gotta serve with your hands. God intended for us to eat cake with our hands and serve cake with our hands. He gave us tools to cut, but not tools to serve. I am just all over the place today. I even forgot your fork. Here. It would be rude of me to have the first bite since I made it for you, so. Oh, shout God. Oh, fuck. Alright. Are you ready? This cake was made specifically for you. Keep that in mind when you have the best experience of your lifetime. Ha! You fucking morons! Did you not learn from the last video when I tried to feed you a gummy worm? You can't eat cake through a fucking screen. I'm gonna cry. You people, you get me every time with your sheer stupidity. Now, if you want cake, email me, and I won't answer you, and you still won't get any. Love you. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I had a lot of fun making it. It just took a lot longer than I thought it would, but still it was a lot of fun. I just wanted to hop on here and be genuine for a second and let you guys know how much it really means to me that you've been commenting and liking and watching and subscribing as much as you have. I like to try to convince myself that I think I'll be successful, but I really can never fully convince myself and believe that I'll actually be successful, but when I see comments like these from like Bunny Lebowski, who's the one that comes to mind, telling me how charismatic and how good of a job I'm doing at some of these and how funny I am, and you know, I've had quite a few comments like that, and it's really nice, and it's really encouraging to keep making videos like these because it's one of the few passions that I actually have where I want to work. You know, I've been working 6 to 8 hours a day, sometimes 12 on these things. So it takes a lot of time, and I'm really glad you guys are taking a liking to it. So genuinely thank you. And there's nothing else more I can say, really. I hope you guys understand how grateful I am. So hopefully I just get better over the time that I keep doing it. So expect more content coming. I have a few skits coming out. I mean, this one included, but there's another one I've been working on. Maybe when I get to 50 subscribers for that type of special. I've been working pretty hard on that one as well. Once again, thank you very much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace.